I had another call out today from CARE, the Centre for Animal Rehabilitation and Education. They primarily look after the baboons in the Palaboa area, and someone had handed a little one into them, a little vervet. It apparently got stuck in the slurry at the mines and was struggling to survive. We're not too sure what happened to its mom, but I went out to meet them here at one of the local garages. It's sort of halfway between us and them, and Samantha, one of the directors or co-directors of CARE, is bringing the little one through to me, and then of course we'll do the journey all the way back to Zanin. So first is just to see how this little one is and what's actually going on. I hope that wasn't the monkey. There we go. What a shame. In the bottom there you can see my new little puppy Winston, who I've rescued, and he was accompanying me on the journey.
Okay, so Dave is back with orphan number 14. He's just driven to CARE, a baboon sanctuary, so just gonna see how they are. Hello. How was the journey?
Only been full.
Good, that's what we like to hear. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, bless. Is it a little boy or girl?
I actually have another look because I've got an auto dog.
That's fine, we'll give a health check. Hi, lovely. Come here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, let's go in the light. He is sleeping at the moment. He's got a black eye. He's got a little cut on his nose, which unfortunately is common, especially with the babies that we've had this year. Paulie looked very similar. So we're just gonna check over all his limbs. Okay, is that arm a bit sore? So we're just gonna check his tail. Okay. So I'm not sure what he's been having. So I think at CARE he was having lactogen and Rehigh. Okay, can we just double check? Okay, I'm sorry. We're just going to check the underside, see if there's anything there. So it is a boy. So we're going to try and get him nice and calm and give him a weigh. So I'm not expecting him to weigh that much because he is a tiny bubba. Much tinier than we'd expect for him to be having his crown. So the only babies at the moment which have their crown is Darby. So we'll just give him a weigh. So it's in millilitres. We just want to turn it to grams. Then we'll tear it. And then we'll weigh the blanket in a minute, okay? Okay, so we have 533. Hi, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, that's okay. And the blanket weighs 31, so we are 502 grams. Okay. So we'll check his temperature in a minute and we'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, that's good. That's okay. Yoda has just woken up from his nap, so he's having some banana now. All of our food plates are colour coordinated and labelled, so this is a Love Lounge plate. This is just because if the babies are in quarantine, we don't want to mix up their plates. So we have Loveland plates, Disneyland plates, Neverland plates and Inchcage plates. So you get their food on the specific plates. And as Yoda is 8 weeks old, or around 8 weeks old, he would be eating solids, so he's just having some banana at the moment. And we'll see what else he has to eat. And then Samber is just asleep over here, sucking on his fingers.
So Teresa is gonna move Samber from sick bay to Loveland with a new baby arrival that is now in Loveland.
Two sleepy babies.
So here is Sophie with the new baby. Oh,
This is baby Yoda. He's got a bit of a bruised eye. He was found in a slurry, so he's had a bath. And he's got some meds he's got to take, arnica and belladonna. We'll give him a health check in a minute, but you can already see he's starting to get his crown, which means even though he is very tiny, he might be nearing 8 weeks old.
okay.
Thank you, Regina.
Cool. Good luck, girls.
Yoda has not even been here for 4 hours, and he's already drinking from the feeding cage. He's still struggling, so we can give him help with his lips, but this is really great because it means that as he's 8 weeks old, he can meet a mum next week. Here he is just getting some help with his lips, so sometimes they need some help with their lips just to start off. Obviously a bottle tea is very different to a mum, so we can just help and put his lips in the right position to suckle. And we can obviously hear that he's drinking, which is great. Now, he was originally on his bottle, now he's moved over to Samber's, but we don't ever want to take him away from the bottle because it's really crucial that he drinks. If we take away the bottle now, he'll think that he's done something wrong. So we'll just note it that he drank some milk from his and some milk from Samber's, just because we don't want him to feel like he's doing anything wrong. He's actually doing really amazing, so we just want to encourage it. Samber and Yoda are on the feeding cage, so Yoda is drinking and Samber is the one who has just started drinking. So it's Yoda's 3rd day here, so he arrived on Monday, it's now Wednesday, so to be on the feeding cage is really great progress. You can see that Samber is gripping Yoda there. So these guys are currently in Loveland and they are going to hopefully move to Coco Inchcage tomorrow. So we're going to be skipping Disneyland for these boys, and the reason for that is that they are big enough to meet mums. Yoda is already 8 weeks old, so we want him to get a mum as soon as possible. And it looks like Disneyland are getting a spot of thrush, so we don't want to introduce new babies in case that they get it. So these boys are doing really well. Yoda is climbing a lot. We've had to cover one of the windows, which is why it's quite dark in here, because he keeps on screaming out of it. But overall, he is doing well. So we have Samber sleeping and Yoda is just on top of him, giving him some cuddles and looking out. So Yoda has just had a nap and he's woken up now, but he's decided to go and give Samber some cuddles. He is being very good. He's calmed down quite a lot since he's been in here this morning and from the other days. So we are still giving him PCO in his milk, but I think he's much more settled in the fact that he has milk regularly, he has food when he wants it, and he also gets all of the comfort that he needs. Okay, so it's a big day for the Loveland boys, Yoda and Samber, because they are moving to Coco entry cage today. So they're going to be just next to Atlas and Ricardo. So Teresa is carrying them down now. Thankfully they are nice and quiet because there are lots of bandits about by the entry cage, so we want them to be as quiet as possible. There's lots of mums with babies. This is really good because we also have a big move for Disneyland babies, as they'll be moving to Skunky later on this afternoon. Now, what Yoda has done and Samber is they've missed Disneyland altogether. So Samber was originally with Remy in sickbay as he had suspected ringworm. Then they moved to Loveland to quarantine with Yoda while Remy had his arm surgery. Okay, so Samber and Yoda are in the entry cage now. We had a male that was a bit angry that we had screaming babies, so we just had to pause the video. But this will be their new home for at least the next 6 weeks. They'll spend some time in here with humans, and then it will be time with their foster mum, which will probably be Luca. So we're just going to let them out and see what they do. They haven't had much climbing in Loveland, so it'll be good to see if they've got those skills. Yoda loves to climb high. So I'm not sure if you can see, but just in the inch cage opposite we have Panicure, Yelena, Atlas and Ricardo. So the mums are just lip smacking the babies at the moment. And Yoda is climbing.
Little Samber, still somewhat learning to climb, but today's a big day. We've also got Yoda, much more independent, and he's one of our older babies. So these are in the second Coco cage. As over in the other side we have Atlas and Ricardo who are with mums. So today it's the turn of these two to meet Coco mums. We're very close to starting. No one at the door yet, but I'm sure once I open a few will turn up. Yoda definitely anxious to get mums. He's always at the fence looking for them. As you can see, he doesn't really care much for me. I think he'd rather just stay away from me. Samber, much younger, still got his little pink face. We're hoping once he gets a mum it'll get him a bit more confidence in climbing around. So I'd say we're about 10-15 minutes away. I'm just doing the final checks on the cage, looking after these two until the rest of the team come down.
Now it's going.
Now, carrot does not always come in. This is Peggy. Here is a little hole here. Thank you. Oh. Yeah,
Good path.
not bad. You can write Samber drinks from feeding cage. Yoda actually drinks some water. So this is Yoda with Carla. There's been a lot of fighting around in the different troops. Yoda is very scared and he's jumped into Carla's arms, and Carla's been keeping him very well protected for a while now. So it's early morning here at Coco. the second foster mom cage, and we have adult Carla with Yoda and little Samber just in the front. So they spent the night in the intro cage with Carla and Cara. As you can see, Samber's still a bit tired. It's only 5 in the morning. Sun's just come up, and Samber did seem to have some a little bit scared at night time and did cling to Yoda quite a lot. But they did make it up to the perches, sleeping perches, so we left them out. So this morning I found them both asleep. Yoda clinging, or Samber clinging to Yoda. They were sitting on the feeding cage, so they must have come down at some point. Carla's just come down and given a big hug. So Samber still a bit tired. I've just given them milks, but obviously I think they still just want to sleep for a little bit longer. Of course, even in baby care, they're used to sleeping in till 6:30.
Well, of course, this is the highlight of getting these little ones in, is basically getting them a foster mom, seeing them getting a new family. And I can't tell you what a thrill it is actually to just see the mom take this little baby and start hugging it and looking after it. It is kind of sad sometimes where you see the second one isn't loved as much as the first one. I suppose that happens in every single family. But, at least there's 2 moms now out there to look after them. Names are a bit hard to say, Cara and Carla, but that's just how it goes. So I hope you enjoyed this video of Samber and Yoda coming out, getting introduced to their moms, and of course their moms basically hugging them in the end. The next thing will be seeing them going out into the main enclosure. So thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.